This team still ain't won any playoff games. Where's my damn hoagie?
Yo everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here, about to bring you the set 53-man roster of Dingbats. So let's talk first of all about those who were cut today. Let me tell you, first of all, the guys that got cut I'm going to talk about today are the guys that we're going to analyze why they got cut. We're going to talk in detail specifically what their deficiencies were and why they were cut. So let's start with defensive end Alex McAllister. He was cut basically because he stinks. Then you have Trey Sullivan, safety. He was cut because he stinks. Then you got guard Dallas Thomas. He stinks too. Anybody with the name Dallas stinks. Then you got Josh Andrews. He stinks. That's why he got cut. Billy Brown was so impressive during training camp. He was really impressively stinky. Then you have Nathan, Gary, whatever his name is. It stinks. And he started at safety in college. He was a safety. They tried to move him to linebacker. He stunk at safety. He stinks at linebacker. Then you got Darrell Green, the guard. He stinks, and he shouldn't have a name like that. Then you got defensive tackle Justin Hamilton, who was good the first game. Then they all smelled him, and he stinks. Then you got Taylor Hart, couldn't play defense. He stunk. He stinks at offense. Then you got Cameron Johnson, the punter, kicks 20 yards behind him. He stinks. Then you got Byron Marshall. He stinks. Then you got Aaron Neary. He stinks. C.J. Smith stinks. C.J. Stinky. Then you got Bryce Treggs. Treggy, Stinky, stinks. Then you got Greg Ward Jr. couldn't play quarterback, couldn't play receiver. Stinks at both of them. And that's why these guys got cut. This is the detailed, specific version of why they got cut. This is why. This is their deficiencies. Forget playbooks and speed and tackling ability and blocking ability. It's just because they stink. Very simple. Now let's talk about the guys that make the team. First of all, in all seriousness, this roster, in my opinion, is not set at all. This will be different in the next 24 to 48 hours. And I think it'll explain why some of these roster moves are so weird, in my opinion. Because if this was the roster they go into next week with, I would have big problems. And things that I want to say right now about the front office and specifically what they do and how they do, like having only cut one draft pick, I don't want to say and I don't want to speak on until I see what the next 24 to 48 hours brings. And then I will speak on it. So they got two quarterbacks, right? Wentz and Foles. No surprise. Your running backs, Blunt, Smallwood, Sproles, Clement, who I'm very happy made it. Not because I think he's necessarily going to be great. I think a lot of teams have running backs similar. But I think he earned it. He earned the right to play. Then you have Donnell Pumphrey, who I said all along would not get cut. They're not going to cut a 4th round pick who they traded up to get. Then they went 3 tight ends, Ertz, Burton, and Selleck. No surprise there. I thought in my prediction thing I put Billy Brown making it. Was wrong about that. Wide receivers. Now, here's where I have things I want to say, but I'm going to hold back. Okay? You have Alshon Torrey, Nelson Aguilar, wherever the hell he is. Where the hell are you, Nelson Aguilar? Mac Hollins. Then Marcus Johnson made it, which, me personally, I'm surprised that they gave it to him, but I'm glad because I thought he should make it. And then Shelton Gibson. Now, Shelton Gibson makes it. Gives me a lot of pause and a lot of things that I want to say, but I'm going to hold off until I see how this plays out over the next 24 to 48 hours. You see how smart this dingbat is getting? The offensive line, another concern I have as it stands right now. Why, you ask? Because The fact of the matter is, you have one backup offensive tackle. I don't agree. And I heard what Howie Roseman said at press conference. I think it's a mistake. One offensive tackle reserve? I'm sorry. You can say Lane Johnson could play both sides, whatever. What happens if two of your tackles get hurt? So, offensive line, you got Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson, Kelsey, Peters, Sayamalu, all reasonable. Big V, totally. Chance Warmack, who gets an extension, by the way. Very interesting that he got a year extension. And then Wisniewski, who in my opinion, should be the starting center. Then we go to the defensive ends. Vinny Curry, Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett, Chris Long, and Steven Means. I speculated about Chris Long maybe getting cut because of salary cap reasons, but the Eagles haven't cared about the salary cap to this point, it looks like. So he's still on the team, but we'll see. Defensive tackles. Fletcher Cox, Tim Jernigan, Bo Allen, Elijah Qualls, and Destiny Vallejo. I have no problem with the defensive tackles at all. Linebackers, Nigel Bradham, Jordan Hicks. The man, Jordan Hicks is the man. Michael Kendricks, Najee Good, Camus Kruger-Hill, and Joe Walker, which surprised me. I thought Walker would get cut, but they're keeping him, and I'm glad. I personally like him. Cornerbacks, Ronald Darby, Jalen Mills, Rasul Douglas, Dexter McDougal made it. That's pretty impressive. Now, I have a viewer that said that he would make it when Howie makes a trade like this, that he would not cut the guy. I have to check who the name was, but whoever you are, you did a good job. Then you had Patrick Robinson make the team. He stinks. Then you have safeties, Malcolm Jenkins, Rodney McLeod, Corey Graham, Maragos, and Jalen Watkins. So that's pretty much what I thought. But I think where we're at right now is we have an initial 53-man roster that is going to change. It's going to change by tomorrow, next 48 hours. Next 24 to 48 hours. I do believe at least 2 trades are coming. I said 2 to 4 yesterday. I still stay around 2. I think things will happen. I think certain guys are held on our roster as protection, maybe involved in trade, that kind of thing. But as they see who is released around the league, who goes on waivers, you're going to see movement. And I would not be shocked if you see 3 guys on this roster completely gone tomorrow. So we'll have to see, but this isn't set. And for that reason, I'm going to hold back on some things I want to talk about with the front office. I'll save those videos for later because I want to see what they're planning and how this is going to turn out. But the 53-man roster is set, but it ain't set. So get ready. Things are going to happen. We're going to see some moves coming in the next 24 to 48 hours. With that, hey, what you going to do? Take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.